Okay, here we go, World of Tanks, and I am driving my British Tier 4 medium tank, the Matilda. Now, as you can see here, XVM is really liking our chances, and we are on a standard battle on the Westfield map, but, well, I wouldn't be showing you just this replay if there wasn't a reason for it. So, anyway, the Matilda, medium tank, but really a not so stealthy heavy. It's actually a better heavy than the German DW2 is at the same tier. Better armor, much better gun. Lacks the mobility department. That's really the only really big drawback about the Matilda. And in a tier 4 match, the Matilda's really probably a bit on the OP side. However, this is a tier 6 match, and as you can see, the enemy team has KV2, has a Rudy, has a Hellcat, has an SU-100, and all of these are pretty capable machines, especially when it comes to chewing up a little tier 4, slow little tier 4 medium tank with a marginally slowed turret traverse. So, anyway, my thought process at the beginning of this was to get to a concealed location on this side of the map, and the idea here is that I can reach out with this gun, which is a very punchy gun, and as you can see, 121 penetration, which is pretty good. Only 55 damage, but the Matilda has the advantage, and especially my Matilda has the advantage that you can put a round out about every 2 seconds. So I'm looking for some shots on whatever I can get shots on right now, and now I've got the Sentinel in my sights. So a couple shots in on him, and now I'm going to start shooting at the A43 because he's just going to sit there. But again, I want to get a little higher up on this hill. Oh, hello, Mr. Stewart. Put a blank round down range. Don't think I hit. Takes a long time for the gun to aim. Well, a bit of time for the gun to aim, and but a small, fast-moving target at distance like that, yeah, very poor chances of me actually hitting him. So, A43 pops up again. He got off the hill, and of course I'm spotted because I did take that shot when he was cutting across the middle, or excuse me, cutting across the open area. But I just keep the gun firing at that point. So, scores are about even so far. And actually, XVM is saying our chances are slightly better. So, anyway, I keep pushing up the hill here. Now, again, strange choice for Matilda, given its notorious lack of speed. But, again, given that it's a Tier 6 match, and a lot of stuff on the enemy team can punch through my armor, I would rather not take the chance of running down to the south of the line, given that there's less concealment down there, and that the Matilda is pretty slow. This is actually a somewhat safer place to be, provided our our heavy crew along the north edge of the map actually did a decent job. But as you can see, the heavies on the north edge of the map did not get it done. So, Hellcat pops up. I go ahead and put a few rounds into him, and now I'm immediately turning around because this KV2 is behind me. And, well, yeah, the SU-100 just did for our IKV-65, but I noticed the KV2 is actually making a rush on our base. So, do the only thing I can do, and that's turn around and actually go back to base. Now, our M41 has just died to the SU-100, but our AMX-13 F3, and you'll notice that he's a fairly decent player. Our 13F3 is still in the match, and he had the initiative to relocate fairly early. So, got this KV2 coming down, and yeah, he's got reasonably decent armor. Takes a hit from the Arty, but well, you saw what I was doing to him. And now I was thinking, go back up the hill, work on that Panzer 38, but there's the KV-1. So KV-1 is spotted probably by our artillery. And anyway, while I'm working this guy over, you'll notice that I am doing the best I can to stay concealed, and I have not been spotted. Now, yeah, he's going to get the damage indicator saying roughly where I'm at. Fire. Fire is cool. Yeah. So, SU-100 is up. For the enemy, our Sturtevant 74 is trying to cap, but I don't know how well he's going to do. Now he's supposedly an experienced player, but the Sturtevant gets hit by the SU-100 at the same time our artillery takes care of the SU-100. So now it's even, and we have got an excellent chance to win, provided nothing goes, well, seriously wrong here. Okay, Panzer 38 NA, he's going to have a hard time getting through my armor. He is not a very experienced player, and I've got an armor advantage, I've got a firepower advantage, and I've got, well, the artillery. And well, anyway, the artillery comes on and he says, "Hey, you know what? You're too slow to chase him down. Just go ahead and cap." So let's go ahead and do that. And you know what? Let's actually speed it up a little bit. So the idea is hit down for the cap circle, but to hit down, doing it one of two ways. One, swing up here and see if I do spot that Panzer 38. And the other one is try to do it in such a way I do not fall off the cliff. I have seen people fall off these cliffs. So coming into the cap circle, and I have no idea where that Panzer 38 could be. So I'm just going to pull up here on the other side of this wreck. I'm going to put my back end against the wreck and use him for some rear cover. This way I'm going to have my best armor towards the front, and hey, look at that. There he is. So, a little high. Now, okay. All right, that one goes a little outside. All right, how about this one? Nope. Just a bit outside. All right, come on. All right, and I bounced a shot. Got another hit into him. Another hit into him. Finally, the rounds are going more or less where I'm aiming them. Okay, just a bit outside again. Okay, that one clipped him, and yeah, that's right. Just move to where I can shoot you, and he puts another shot into me, and I finish him off. So with that, the post-game stats. Yeah, not too bad. Fire for effect, fighter, an arsonist for setting that KV-1 on fire, a bruiser for doing a lot of critical damage, and an ace tanker badge there, which is not too shabby for a Matilda in a tier 6 match. But going to the more pertinent stats, pulled down just over 1,000 base XP on that, and did 1,594 damage. I probably could have eked out a high caliber, except the SU-100 on the enemy team actually had a pretty good match there. And towards the end, the only thing that got him was the fact that he got spotted, and our artillery, who did a very good job of supporting, well, towards the end of the game when it really clutch counted, our artillery it did for him. So I could have probably taken that KV-1 down without the artillery's help, but you know what? It was nice that he went ahead and hit him and made things go a little quicker, because it gave us a little more reaction time. The KV-2 on the enemy team, not a bad match, but overall, a couple of top performers on each team, everybody else just kind of followed along. But really, I'd have to say that me being where I was at the time, I was able to stop a cap and able to stop a rush on that artillery, which again turned out to be very, very important. So fired 51 shots, 35 of those hit. Of those, there were 30 penetrations. Again, pretty punchy little gun. 1,594 damage, about half of that from distance. Took 2 hits, both non-pins. One I just blocked a complete shot. Didn't do very much spotting damage, but I really wasn't expecting to. And I ended up capping a little bit. But here's, again, where it counts here. 21,000 credits after I expended the ammunition, which was the only expenditure, that and a little bit of damage. Over 19,000 credits profit, and of course, 3,000 experience earned. So, Westfield, I do kind of like this map, especially if I have the right tank for it. And I have to be honest, the Matilda is not really the right tank on this particular map. On the other hand, again, play to the strengths of the Matilda, play to the strengths, or sorry, the opportunities that the maps offer you. In this particular case, some concealment, because there's a KV-2 out there that just exploded, and he didn't have very much eyes on me. And of course, it helped that I had a good teammate there at the end. In the case of that artillery, doing some spotting for me. So, yeah, sometimes you just want to hold that fire button down and let the Matilda just blaze away. Other times, play a little more strategically. And other times, well, yeah. So anyway, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the replay. Hope you realize that yeah, you can carry in a tier 4, although it does help to be a bit overpowered, especially if you're in a tier 6 game. But I guess that's it. So thanks for watching, and I will talk to you later.